before we move on, I also want to share with you my moment of elation and regret in the morning. So elation moment was when I was coming from my hotel to the campus, and it was like beautiful scenery, and then you land up in this beautiful hill with breathtaking view, and then that moment of regret comes in your head. When I was graduating, where was this campus? I mean, I was somewhere else. So clearly, all of you, those are going to pass out, go to the concrete jungles very soon. Just enjoy the moment while you're here. So amazingly beautiful campus, and you should really live the moment while you're here. So before we move on, I just wanted to tell you about what I do, and I didn't realize that they will read out every line of what I have done in past. But my job and mission is to really build next generation technologies in IBM, and technologies those really can change enterprises and bring new values, and really take these technologies and bring them into business domains. And the business domain which I work very closely is human resources, HR. And through our talent management solutions, how do we really combine the next generation technologies and bring into the enterprises for creating new value? And my opportunity today is to really share with you what is happening in the technology space, what is happening in the human resources space, and how this world is really changing, which will be the leading to the transformation and the thoughtful view, which is the topic which you have chosen for the conference today. So as we really move into today's exploration, ideas are really three pieces. One of the first pieces, what is this transformation about? And this transformation point, which I will be talking to you about, is how the world of work itself is changing. And as we heard Professor Patil talked about, Professor Prajakta talked about, the way world is changing is a very different space, very different style, which we have not seen in the old ways by the industry has been evolving. And we'll talk a little bit about in terms of what is this change which is leading to reinventing, the need for reinventing the work itself. And that is leading to the idea of transforming the space. And the second aspect is really how this transformation will help us achieve excellence by choosing things which we want to do as professionals, as enterprises, and as individuals around it. And I also want to spend a little bit of time about what is it which you as individuals will be doing when you go out and get into the industry. So let's look at the world of work, which is what is work? So many of you would have been seeing how the world is changing from the technology point of view. But I understand 40% of you have worked before, and 60% of you, this will be little bit bad news, which is, employee and employers have some kind of gap in the world. And if you really look at employees, the expectation of employees when they come to work, when they come and get engaged into an organization, is really how they can find a perfect job. And a lot of times, the quest of perfect job becomes a high prime piece when we start engaging into an organization, engage into the piece. We really look at what is the skill which I need? What is the skill which I will be good for? What is the space which I should be spending my time on? But these are the questions which employees continue to explore, continue to have exploration in their head about it. And the whole idea is the employees get challenged in these areas. If you really look at many of those employees takes jobs, those are probably not suitable for them. Many of them take jobs where they reach a plateau without really reaching out to the full potential about what they can do. But the bottom line is we see a large level of disengagement. We see large level of ability for employees not really getting into the engaged environment of the organization. On the other hand, the other entity, which is employer, is trying to create a very engaging working environment. However, they continue to struggle to create the really rich environment which can really keep employees at the highest potential level, keep them motivated of performances. So if you really look at these two entities are trying to come together, create a world which is going to bring the best of the both parties together. However, the continued challenge from both sides create a view which brings us looking at the gap and the need for transformation around it. So let's look at what is it which work has been changing. So if we really look at how work has been in last many decades since people started working. So in the past, most of the work is around sustenance, which is just do because you need to feed your kids. Today, sustenance and satisfaction, a lot more when we believe that economies have really created so that sustenance itself is not a primary motivation about it, but really satisfaction dimension starts coming in. We start seeking satisfaction in what we are doing. And the future is all about identity, which is, if you look at the generation, which is you and the people, those are coming forward from here onwards, will be seeking more and more identity in what they are doing. So it's just not about sustenance, satisfaction, but another dimension which will create new complication. And the whole piece will be how employers and companies and organizations will be managing these new 3 dimensions. They are finding it difficult to really manage 2 in a very, very best of the manner possible. So that creates the whole landscape of how work is changing. So work, which not just the human resource, but it's organization, it's individual, it's an employee, and it permeates all across the pieces.